Captain's log, stardate Tuesday. It is currently 2:40 in the morning. I feel like I have not slept in hours because I haven't slept in hours. But the show must go on, and I've been been anticipating this review that is coming out. And I don't know what I'm doing. I just thought I'd just say, whoa, chill, my guy, chill. What is up, dudes? Welcome back to another video, and I am very excited to bring you guys this one because this one is a very special one for me, and I dressed for the occasion. The second thing about this thing is it is a little itchy. It feels exactly how I remember. So if you guys haven't guessed already, I am a big Star Trek fan. I always have been a huge Star Trek fan for like years now. And I've watched every single original trilogy episode from the TV series. And I sadly watched all 3 of the remake movies. And then I watched, the 6 movies with the original crew. And I love those movies. I haven't watched anything beyond that. I have not watched Genesis. I have not watched Next Generation. I haven't watched any of that stuff. I've always stuck with the original series because I just never found the other ones to be as appealing, That's just kind of how it is. But I'm very excited to look at this set because this set is a set that I have been very, very excited to look at for a while. And I started getting back into Star Trek recently. And of course I bought this because Fan Expo is coming very soon. We got till June. We got a couple more months, and then we'll be at Dallas meeting Captain Kirk himself. So I decided to get this beautiful thing. It does feel very hot. It feels exactly how I remember it because in like 2014 there was a Comic-Con in Tulsa, and I went as Spock, and I was a very little tubby Spock, and that's just how it is. And I'm still tubby. I still look tubby. You can see I'm not as fit still, but I'm gonna get there. I am determined to try my best to not look like a fat slob of a captain going into the Fan Expo. But I am very excited for this expo. I need a haircut. I'm gonna be doing stuff. It's gonna be fun, and I am hoping to get a nice little vlog out for you guys for us going there. So that's gonna be fun. I'm very excited about that. So what we're gonna be taking a look at, it's not a Lego. I feel a little blasphemous for looking at this set because this is Lego month. This is a whole month of nothing but Lego. And this one is the second review of the month. This ain't Lego, this is Kre-o. Kre-o made a lot of Star Trek sets, including this one right here. This is the Kre-o Star Trek set. What is it called? I don't remember. The Klingon Starfleet attack. This was a Toys R Us exclusive back in the day. This comes with how many pieces? 717 pieces. This is a big boy to get. Now, I bought this off eBay because sadly, they don't make these sets anymore. And I bought this off eBay, and I bought it for about $100. So, was it worth it? I definitely hope so. So I am very excited to get into this set. It's such a cool set right here. But since this box is so big, I can't really properly review it how I usually do. So I'm gonna have to show you guys just like this. So the front of the box looks exactly like this. I hope you guys can see this, but you can see that we do have a little bit of a Kirk and Spock right here. And again, this is based off the movies, the shitty movies. We have a little Enterprise right there. We got the Star Trek logo here, the Kre-o logo here, and a nice little image of this galaxy background with the Enterprise and the Bird of Prey Klingon ship that you can see right there. You can see all the characters that you get, which we'll be taking a look at soon. I am very excited for those. And of course, the big Toys R Us exclusive Klingon Starfleet attack, ages 2, let's say 2? That's 9 to 14. It looked a little different from the back, but you can see on the side, there's a nice little image of Star Trek with a Captain Kirk figure there. You got this beautiful little image, which has an image of Kirk, Chekhov, 2 Klingons, and Sulu, which is pretty dope. And also you get a nice image of a Klingon right there, which I actually really do like. At the bottom, it shows you a couple of sets that you can see right there. Both sets, I believe, are kind of from the movie. I believe this one is based off the first Star Trek movie. I'm assuming, because they never really ran into the Klingons unless they are counting Into Darkness, but these aren't the right suits that they wore, right? It's not, is it? No, it's not. This is like their training gear, right? From that one scene that was dumb. Anyways, this is a pretty cool set. I really do like it. The back of the box, you can see, is right here. We get the Star Trek. You get a bunch of little features that tells you what it does, but you don't need the box to show you. I will say this though. The box is really cool. Not because of the, overall design. The design is really cool, very nostalgic like, and I did have an Enterprise. I had a lot of the sets when I was a kid, but it also is a handle. And when you open the box, it folds out like a suitcase. How interesting. How interesting indeed. But we're going to put the box away and we're going to grab ourselves our ships, which I do have displayed on the shelf right there. So let's get them down and then we'll talk more about the Star Trek movies and Star Trek in general. So considering the size of this actual set, we pretty much have to film this at a more of a downwards angle. So if I can just adjust my shit here, this is the Bird of Prey ship, and you can see that this is basically what it looks like. First of all, the instructions are very nice. You can get a nice, better look at the Kirk and the Spock picture right there. Get a nice image of the Enterprise and all that stuff. This does need batteries as well, because there is a very special feature on this that I sadly can't show you, and we'll get to that in a minute. But you can see that you do need 2 LR41 batteries, and sadly I could not find some because the light up feature is actually really cool. If you can kind of see here, I don't have the little light thing in there because I want to fix it, but the light kind of, I guess, play feature is supposed to go into here, and you click the little button, and at the very bottom, God, this is going to be so awkward to film, but at the very bottom, there's this little red dot right here, which when you turn the little light on, it's supposed to glow a light, pretty much like it's about to fire its weapons at the Enterprise, which is really, really dope. I really do like that. But back again with the instructions, of course, you got the nice images as well. Got another Klingon ship right there, right back there, which is really cool. But sadly, this whole set is the only set, I believe, to have a Klingon ship in it. And we don't get like a separate set with it. It's pretty much with this Enterprise. So, I don't know, it does kind of suck that we don't have any. But yeah, there's that little light up feature. That's basically how you put it all together and stuff, which I do need to find some more. You can see that the instructions are very nice. I really do like the instructions. They're very simple, very straightforward. They also do have stickers on them. There's a lot of stickers in this set. This one I did not use because these are all the battle damage stickers that you use for the Enterprise and also the Bird of Prey here, which I think is really dope. But I haven't put them on because I kind of want a sleek design for my stuff, at least for now. Maybe one day I'll go back and I'll put the stickers on, but you can see that the instructions are very nice. You do have the little Enterprise logo there. I don't really go too much into depth with these photos, but or these instructions. I kind of just show them off maybe on a rare occasion. But yeah, I just think they're kind of cool. It's a big nostalgic thing for me, so just let me have this, I guess. You do have this set right here, which this set is based off a scene from the Into Darkness or whatever it's called, which I didn't even know. It took me forever to figure out what this scene was from the movies, but yeah, I finally figured it out. But if I ever do get this set, I will show you guys the scenes and stuff like that. But for now, we're taking a look at the Klingon ship. So the Klingon ship itself is very big. It is very big. It's very awkward to basically, I guess, review. It's very hard to review because of just how big it is. But we're going to start off with the bottom parts. You can see that it does have these very nice wings with the stickers on them as well. You do have these right here, which I do like how the wings are. I am so sorry that this is not the best way to review this. I'm trying to figure out if there actually is a better way to do this, but I don't think there is. But you can see that this is basically as good as you're going to get. I will definitely have more glamour shots within the video as well, just so you guys can have a bigger scope on what this thing actually looks like. But you can see that there's the front end. It does have this very long neck, which does actually seem very stable. Like, you can pretty much swoosh this ship around while holding the neck, and it probably won't break off, which is actually very nice. Usually with a lot of knockoff sets, there is a lot of pieces that do tend to fall off, and this one actually still does, because if you do go around the bottom here, these little landing pads do kind of like to break off, especially these back ones right here. But other than that, I was expecting this set to kind of fall apart a little bit, but it doesn't. It actually fits together nicely. I really do like the color scheme. It's got the nice like greens with the, I guess that's like a brownish gray, and I do like the hints of blue that's on the little cockpits. There are some pieces that actually needed to be replaced because some of them were actually not in the bags. These little grill pieces are actually real Lego pieces because I had to improvise a little bit. The actual set is supposed to have, it's supposed to have these kind of more, it's supposed to have softer or like the smooth little two stud tiles right here. But yeah, they didn't come with both of them, so we had to pretty much improvise and do that. There was a lot of things that we actually needed to do to modify this set. This set I didn't actually build. This was my wife. We both, she built the Klingon ship and I built the Enterprise, and we built it while watching Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, the best Star Trek movie in like ever. But I think the other thing that she kind of fixed was this part right here. The whole entire build for this was complete bullshit, and I'm going to show you why in the instructions. This is a very in-depth review and showing you guys some decent modifications on how to go about this, but if we can try our best and find ourselves a nice little image of what I'm talking about. So it's connecting this whole little piece right here for the bottom of the ship, which is right here. It was basically held together by these 4 little studs and this piece, which you can see right here. But this sucked. This is a sucky design. I would not recommend doing this. So what we did instead is just found an actual Lego piece, and we pretty much just stuck a actual tile, a little square tile, and just put that in there instead of the 4 studs. And that actually helps a lot, and it does make it a lot better if you need to open and close it. So I think that is very well worth it. Really do like the way this looks. I'm pretty sure you can also make some new landing gears that are a lot better, because these two, especially at the back, like to fall off a lot. So yeah, that's basically that. It does have some play features other than the light up features that I sadly can't show you. You do have these little stud shooters, which are very kind of well hidden, really. They do look a little off with this very, very bright green, but all you have to do is click this little button right here, and boom, they do kind of go flying. It's not the best connection, but it's whatever. So this is basically the blast effect piece, a lot different from just regular stud shooters. It's very interesting. So basically, just to install that, you just plug this into the hole, which is right into here, if I can get that in while looking on the camera. And you also take this little clip and you just clip it like so until you get a tiny little click, and then it's in. They're not like super powerful at shooting, but they get the job done. And of course, you get the cockpit. So we do get some Klingon soldiers, thank God, to actually accompany the Klingon ship. And you open this up. It does come with 3 Klingons, which we'll take a look at closer look in just a second. But you can pretty much fit all 3 Klingons inside this ship. So very, very cool. I am super happy about that. So the interior for the front part, you do get these 2 little seats right in here, which you pretty much kind of clip the Klingons in there. But clipping them in there is kind of a tough story, and we'll get to that in a second. But you do get the 2 seats right there, but you also have a very deep seat right into here, which thankfully they thought of something. And we have a little opening right in the back of here. If I can just get my fingers. There we go. And there we have a Klingon pretty much acting like he's going to shoot himself. So you can get out of there, sir. And let's take a look at all 3 Klingons. So here we have our first Klingon soldier. And I am very intrigued with this design on how they did their figures. I guess they didn't really want to copy Lego too much, because I do see a lot of knockoff Legos that have a very similar body structure to Lego, and it just looks weird. But I think Kre-o made a design that looks like almost a Lego figure, but also being a lot more original than Lego, and I am all for it. I actually really do like the way these look, and it could be just a nostalgic thing. I could just be like, you know, more just like on the nostalgia side on how much I really like these sets as a kid, and I overall like the design of these little figures. So the head is very interesting. I really do like the head. I think that's pretty much the only good thing about the Star Trek movies is that I like the armor that they gave the Klingons. What they look like underneath the armor is a whole different story, but I really do like their armor. They actually do look very menacing looking, and I think they actually look pretty good in this form. And yeah, I'm actually really happy with it. They do have a little bit of a kind of a excess plastic, I guess, right at the face here. That's kind of odd looking, but there we go. Nice and better. And it's still there, but whatever. But you can see that that is the face of the Klingon. Very, very nice sculpt. It is a rubbery plastic on the head. Everything else does feel like a hard plastic. But, you know, I think the head and I think maybe the weapon is just a tad bit rubbery. But you can see that the head, I don't know why I'm mentioning the head so much, is very nicely detailed. I really do like the way it looks. Of course, it does have posability as well, which we'll get to in a second. And does have a very decent print. I do like the logo right there on the chest, and I do like kind of just basic stripes, I guess. And he also does have some leg printing. The weapon itself is kind of confusing, but they pretty much hold it like this. But you know, if you hold it the other way as well, it looks fine. I've always just held it like this because I do remember one of the sets had them holding it like this, so I just always did that. But this side actually looks pretty good. So you do get 3 Klingon soldiers. One of them is different than the other 2. Very slight, but it is different. But you do get 2 of the same Klingons in this set. Nothing really different from what I can tell. And yeah, that's pretty much that Klingon. And for our next Klingon that we get, I believe this is more of like the captain of the ship of, you know, the Klingons, because you do get two of the regular soldiers, and then you get this one, which looks like he's a little bit higher in rank with the added detail to the chest piece. But overall, everything's the same. The arm printing is a little different with having the black stripes at the, I guess, the arms, the forearms instead of, you know, or would that be shoulders? I can't tell. Anyways, just right here in the middle part is black instead of just all being gray, which I do like. And you can see that the whole like stripe here is a bit of a darker gray than the lighter gray that the previous one had. And I'll show this one for reference in case my words aren't coming across. You can see that the detailing is pretty different with the bodies and stuff. And the leg printing is pretty much the same. I would say this one's leg printing is a little lighter than the other 2, but you know, whatever. You also do get a very nice weapon. I actually really do like these weapons. These are for the Klingons and stuff like that. Really do like it. No back printing, but that's basically, how all these figures are going to go. They do have a very nice range of posability. So of course they have the swivel at the head. They have the rotation at the arm, pretty much like every Lego, but they can actually spread out just a little bit. And of course you have the swivel at the hand as well. You do have a swivel at the waist, and you do have some up and down at the leg, but you can also do a very nice spread, which actually gives the figures a lot more, personality, really. But it does get annoying, especially when you try to sit them, because they like to spread their legs just like that. So you pretty much just have to fiddle around with, getting your Klingons back into their seats when they go on their ship. But other than that, that's pretty much the posability. And that's all posability for the figures. So I'm not going to go over all the posability for the rest of the characters that we're going to get in the sets. So that was pretty much that. But that has pretty much just been the Bird of Prey set for this 2-pack. So now we're going to get on to the Enterprise, which I'm very interested to see how I'm going to film this. And here is the Enterprise in all of its glory. Again, it's very hard to show these things, especially with the camera view that I got, but I promise you that I'm going to have some I'm hoping detailed shots on how this whole thing looks, and I hope you guys can see the scaling of this thing. It's massive. It's definitely, I believe that the Klingon ship is a little bit bigger, not really in size, but more just, size. It's more longer. The wings just make it a little bit more, sprawled out, but overall, the overall presence this thing has, and this one looks probably the best on the shelf, which I really do like. I used to have an Enterprise back in the day, and I was so proud of myself because I had that thing built for years until one day I think I decided to get rid of it. But I'm so sad that I did, because that was such an awesome set, and it feels so surreal to have it back again. If it has that kind of feel, because after I built this, I had that entire 6-minute long looking at the ship, just like in the motion picture where you just went on and on just looking at the ship. But I was just in awe of this thing, and it's just so cool. So of course we have to look at the instruction, which is basically pretty much the same, just the Enterprise is more enlarged than the Bird of Prey, which honestly I feel like fits a lot better. You can see that this also has light up features, and you can kind of get a hint of what we're looking at right there. You do get a nice image of Spock and Captain Kirk, and of course you just get a bunch of different instructions. The whole way they made this whole set is very, very unique, and I still think it's a huge nostalgic thing to build. It felt just like I was a kid again with building this set. It's just so much fun to build. And I thought it was amazing. It was such a fun time. I think the only annoying part was getting this whole top piece to clamp together, which we'll see if we have a struggle with, because I haven't opened the little tube up in a bit. But we're going to take a look at the very back of the instruction booklet to see if there's any other little sets here. And I don't think so. We have this one, which I actually did have this one. This one's actually kind of annoying because you do get a nice Klingon and you get Scotty, which I do need to get this set for Scotty. But this whole transporter thing kind of sucked. It fell apart way too easy. So I don't know. I'm very excited because when I get those sets, it's going to be so fun. I cannot wait to have the whole crew of the Enterprise. But you can see that the Enterprise is very nice. There does have a lot of stickers on it. You can see this one's a sticker here. This one's a sticker here. You do have a little nice sticker right there. And of course, you do have some play features. So one of the play features is an actual shooting missile, which is very, very nice. So if you push this little button right here, this goes flying. And you do get 4 of them in the set. So if you lose one, you have 3 backup ones, which is really cool. But I think the best thing about this set is the light up feature, just like the Klingon ship, but this one actually works. So it's a little button right here, And there's three ways to do it. If you click it once, I think it just kind of does this. So here we go. That turns on and that turns on. I am so sorry if this is very lackluster, but again, I'm going to hope to have some glamour shots so you guys can see this a little better. But that pretty much just stays on, and then this pretty much fades away. If you click it twice, that turns on, that turns on. I guess it's pretty much the same. I don't see any difference. But from the instructions, it said there was a difference, so I just decided to believe it. So, 1, 2, 3. Very interesting. It flickers more, so I think that's pretty dope, which I'm guessing that's the whole point. It's like supposed to flicker. But I don't really want to wear out the batteries that much. These are, I believe, new batteries, but just the LED lights inside are a little bit of a scary thing to say the least. But the whole design of the ship is very nice. Nothing is bad, in my opinion. I love this entire Enterprise thing. It's one of the most iconic ships to me. There's a lot of amazing Star Wars ships that are just so iconic, but I think the Enterprise is also on par with any other Star Wars ship. So there actually is some nice little hidden details if you open from these like whole booster engine parts here, I guess is what you can call them. You can see that there is some little hidden detail just kind of showing, I guess, some like little battery compartments. Not real batteries, but imaginary, just to kind of show you maybe that's how they add in the warp drive and stuff like that. So it's just really cool. It is very nice. You can see that this does have some windows, which you can kind of see inside the actual Enterprise. Nothing was changed with this set. The Klingon set had the most tooling done. I did add these little 2x2 or 1x2, I guess, smooth pieces. I don't know what you call them. But I added those just to add a little life to it, because before it just kind of looked a little plain, but it's pretty much looked like that. So I decided just to add a little bit more to it. So I'm stalling. I know I am. We're going to get this thing open, and I don't know what the best way to open this is, so I'm just assuming we just take our little crusty, disgusting finger, and we just open this thing up, pop it on all sides, and now we are inside the Enterprise. It's so cool looking. Again, it's very lackluster, to be honest. You probably were expecting a little bit more in detail with it, but yeah, there's a lot of things that go on. You can see that there's just some little panels here, which are stickers, and some of them actually use kind of the technique where you put two pieces together, then put a sticker over those two pieces, which is a thing Lego does not do anymore, which thank goodness. But I think with this set, it works. It's fine. I'm not going to be taking apart this thing anytime soon. But it's just so nice to look at. The captain's chair is just super cool. I love the little desk where Sulu and Chekhov, are piloting the ship. You get a lot of seats. You got a lot of red seats, and then you have the nice chair for Captain Kirk himself. And then you have this little nice screen which just shows outer space, and you can flip it up if you want, if you're kind of playing inside the Enterprise. It's a nice little playset. It is a bit dull. I kind of wish they added just a tiny bit more color into it, but again, I can do my own modding to this thing. But I think that this is probably the only thing that really bugs me. This whole little part right here does like to pop off pretty easily, but it's a simple little connection. It's not really a fuss to mess with. And yeah, that's basically that. So to put this whole little dome piece back on, you pretty much have to have this whole screen all the way down, and then you just plop this in like so. And if nothing goes wrong, I think we should be able to pop it on. There you go. So with the Enterprise out of the way, and I promise glamour shots, they're going to be there, we're going to take a look at the actual figures. every good ship needs their captain, and we have here Captain James T. Kirk, and he looks pretty interesting. It's a very interesting design. Honestly, I'm very used to the way these figures look, but I'm pretty sure to anyone who's not really familiar with Kre-o is gonna think that these figures look very off, and they do look very off, but honestly they just have that kind of nostalgic thing again that I just really do like. Something that's just very off with me is just the fact that they do wear these uniforms. Spock, McCoy, and Kirk do not wear their original blue and yellow outfits that they usually do, and it kind of sucks, but I would love to get brand new figures of these guys to replace them, and just have them on the down, just have them for spares, I guess, if I ever need them in these outfits, or make it like a diplomatic mission or something. But it does look nice, but I do miss the yellow, which I do want a replacement. So I just think that the whole outfits is interesting, but I do like the Space Federation logo right there. I do like the detailing on the chest, and it has pretty much the same kind of gray as the Klingon outfits, but very nice. The head sculpt is interesting. The hairpiece I think is fine. And of course you do have the phaser, which the phaser is very interesting because I don't remember the phasers being chrome. This is really dope. I am so happy they did this. I don't think they did this before, so I think this might be just like a Toys R Us thing or for this set. And you can see my shirt through the actual thing. It's so shiny, and I absolutely love that. No back detailing, and of course there's like no alternate face sculpt. So yeah, that's pretty much James Tiberius Kirk. Next, we have everybody's favorite Vulcan, Mr. Spock himself. And of course, he has that pretty much same outfit that Kirk has, with the gray and the just basic detailing that does look nice. The head sculpt is interesting. I guess it does work with Spock here. He does have the bowl haircut, and he does have the pointy ears, which I really do like. Except on this side, it is a little bit misprinted, so I don't really care for that. But yeah, I really do want to replace at least these first three figures, because I really want their original outfits. So I think it's fine. So he also does come with the chrome phaser blaster, which is pretty nice. And something I didn't mention, he does have like these little black boots, which is interesting. So that's pretty much Spock. Spock is a pretty decent figure. Next, we have everyone's favorite medical doctor, Dr. Leonard McCoy. I love the guy who played, I think is it Carl Urban? Is that who it is? He does do a lot of other roles and stuff. And I think he's probably the best part about this new Star Trek movies. I think he did a pretty awesome job. Even though, he should have been done a little bit, more. He should have had more things to do. I think in the third movie he actually had a lot to do, which I guess that's kind of why I like the third one more than the others. Kind of like, I still hate those movies, but if I had to kind of pick a favorite movie, it might be the third one. But yeah, you can see that he does have a very dull gray, light gray suit, or not suit. It's not even a suit. It's just basically a t-shirt. And it just looks odd. You can see that he does have flesh tones at the kind of cuffs here, which look very odd, and they are kind of colored differently. But he also does have a nice head sculpt. It's kind of more of a worried face, and he does have a different hairpiece, which is nice. He doesn't have a phaser, but he does have a iPhone, so I think that's interesting. He does have new leg printing. I don't know, I just don't remember seeing him in this. I thought everybody had, well, honestly, I wasn't paying attention most of the time with the first movie, so I can't really say anything. So I think it's a decent figure. Again, I'm going to be replacing him, but I'm just happy that I do have a Dr. McCoy here. Does look very nice. Next, we have Lieutenant Sulu, which is really dope figure. Really do like it. In this kind of darker lighting, his suit looks a little bit more orange, but in person it is that nice yellow, and I do love the design for the suits. I do like the overall patterns that they have, which is why my suit is the one that I'm wearing right now, is based off the new movies. Not because I like the new movies, but there's some things that I do enjoy. I like the updated Enterprise, the CGI is pretty good, and I do like the suits from the first movie. But yeah, I think that this is a pretty dope figure. The hairpiece, of course, is different. I like the overall headpiece, and I do like the whole body piece as well, which I could probably, give this to Captain Kirk and see what it looks like on him. Yeah, there's our captain. That's the captain we all know. Not no, that's just like more iconic looking. So I cannot wait to replace figures. But going back to Sulu, I think he's a pretty decent figure. I didn't care for him in the movies. He just didn't seem that much memorable. I just prefer my original. I prefer all the originals, but I just didn't really care for him. I just didn't think he did that much for the stories and stuff. But it's whatever. I do enjoy the way he looks in figure form, and of course, he does come with a chrome blaster. And next is my favorite character. Well, he pretty much was. I mean, everybody from the original trilogy was my favorite character, and Chekhov was definitely one of them. Not so much the new movies, but I think the dude that played Chekhov did a pretty good job. Rest in peace. It is pretty sad that he passed away. You know, not too long ago. I think it was like the end of um, the third Star Trek movie. So it is pretty sad that he is no longer with us, but I think he did a decent job. I think just overall writing or whatever, I just didn't care for it. Again, he's pretty much on par with Sulu. I didn't really care for his character that much, but whatever. He does have the same outfit as Sulu, but that same very nice printing, and of course, there's no printing on the back, just in case you were wondering. He does have the chrome blaster. He does have different hair, which I'm honestly really happy that they give all these characters different hairs. It really does help, make these characters come to life a little bit more. And I like that little smirk. I like that little grin. It looks very almost kid-like, and I think that it does work. And I never had a Chekhov before, so this is the first original character that I have not had before. So, because I had everybody else, but Chekhov was not in a set, so I'm pretty happy that I have this figure now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the video. And with that, that is pretty much the review. That is pretty much all I have to talk about. I think with this beautiful looking Klingon ship, it is so cool looking, and I'm very happy that it is very nicely sturdy built, because you can pretty much grab it by the neck, and I wouldn't like fully shake it like a chicken or something. But it's pretty sturdy, and you can pretty much hold it anywhere, and I feel like that it can stay together. Just don't manhandle it as much. I think the safest spot to like hold it would probably be the back of it, or maybe even the neck too, and you can just kind of swoosh it around. It's so cool looking. I love this ship. Very, very nice. Couple modifications, but not really that bad. Of course, the Klingon figures are also very nice. This pretty much kind of turned into a double review, but it's all one set, which is really nice. And for $100, I think that money's well spent. I don't remember how much the original Enterprise was. I believe it was like $70 back in the day, but this being 100, I think is a beautiful price for this lot. If you could find this for $100, I would suggest getting this, because this Enterprise, this bird of prey, is fantastic. And look at this thing. It is so cool looking. I'm so glad that the light up features still work. It's magnificent. It is so nice, and it's just a huge nostalgic thing for me personally, and just my love for Star Trek. Star Trek is one of my favorite television series. And it's just been a big part of my childhood. Again, I think the biggest drawback for this thing is this cockpit that just likes to not clamp together. But I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. It's fine. It stays together pretty much how it's supposed to, with just one little clip. But it's just gets a little annoying sometimes. But you can pretty much modify it if you need to. But I think it looks fine. I think it's really nice. I'm so happy the light up features work. I do like the little blast effect pieces, which just go right down here, and you just slide that into here, and you just fire away. And I think that's really cool, and I think both of these ships, with their minifigures, look very nice. So just having these two just go out to battle is so cool. I'm so happy. So I think that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I am very happy with this review. And yeah, it's probably my favorite review of this month so far of this year. And it's just a big nostalgic thing, and I absolutely love it. So I think that is going to be it. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I am definitely going to be bringing more Kre-o Star Trek sets very soon. I am hoping to get some more. I do want the Scotty figure from the teleport set that I don't really like, so it's going to be fun to kind of rip into that one. And there's the one that has Lieutenant Uhura in it. Uhura, one of the two. It has that one in it, but it also does have another Klingon ship, which is pretty dope. And yeah, I do want to replace the Captain, Spock, and McCoy, because their suits are not really the best, but you know, it's whatever. That is pretty much all I have to say. What? No, I didn't forget to rate this set. What are you talking about? I've been here the whole time. I was gonna do that. No, don't worry about my hair. So anyways, I obviously really do like this set. It's such a cool set. I think that the price for $100 I think is well worth it, especially what you see nowadays with a bunch of Lego sets that are $100 and like don't have that much to them. So I think this is a really awesome set, and it's 2-in-1, so I think that's like a big deal. The build process was actually really fun. Still don't know about the Klingon ship, but the Enterprise is like iconic to me, and building that thing just brought back so many memories and stuff. And you know, it was a fun building experience with a couple little flaws here and there, but other than that, it was a pretty good experience. The quality of the set is not bad. I think that it does fall apart maybe in some places, but they easily for me can be fixed and stuff like that. Minifigures I think are just great. I think they're really awesome, despite how weird they look, and despite that I don't really care for like the gray costumes for Spock, McCoy, and Kirk. I am still just really happy that we have that set, and for overall I just really love the set. It's such a fun set, and I just absolutely adore it to death. And the Klingon ship is just so cool, and both, you know, they're just both amazing builds. So I think that this set really does deserve a 4.9 out of 10. Not out of 10, out of 5. But because I think it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. There's a couple little flaws that keep it from being perfect. But other than that, that's pretty much about it with this review. I hope you guys did like this one. And yeah, stay tuned for next Monday, which we'll be doing some more Lego reviews all of the month of March. And I'm very excited to show this next one because it's not a big set, but it's a pretty small one that recently came out, and I'm pretty excited for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. I'll see you guys in the next video.